Hello everybody and welcome to LaChamba.com. I am Neil Rodriguez. I read an interesting article today. It appears that economists are facing a dismal job market. Economists, these are the people that put out all the stats that tell us how the economy is doing, how the economy will do. I think the article listed about 10 universities that are not hiring new professors this year. They are not seeking any new graduate students. Graduate students, what they have to do, they have to put out a paper on the current job market. It's part of their dissertation, and they transmit this paper. They send it to a number of prospective employers. Then they have to meet at an event, and they go through about the top prospects go through 35 to 40 interviews. 35 to 40 interviews, and they're not getting hired. It's tough. Tough out there for them. If it's tough out there for a PhD, it's tough out there for everybody. So it appears the article argues that a lot of these economists did not foresee any of this economic crisis happening. So they are seeking new talent. It's just very limited at this point. The Federal Reserve has a good chance of landing some candidates this year because they typically don't have any chance. I guess they pay less than the private institutions. And the jobs, they average, I think it's like $86,000 a year. And it's tough. There's a problem. You know, and I'm pretty sure with a PhD you could do something because you could take those skills and pretty much transfer them wherever. I know a number of lawyers who did not want to work 150 hours a week, or they couldn't find jobs practicing law, so they took on other jobs. I mean, they could communicate proficiently after 8 years of writing papers and giving presentations and problem solving. I mean, you could speak very proficiently. You're able to put together a good resume with all the community service that you probably performed throughout your college years. But everybody out there, they have to explore the different channels that are available for you to market yourself, because now you are on a marketing campaign. You are a marketer. You have a job hunting campaign that has to be executed. So there's several channels. There's referrals that you get from people. There's networking. You got recruiters. You got prospective employers. You got the want ads. Prospective employers, you could blast them with broadcast letters. When I was recruiting for a small company, I remember they used to blast me at times, and I barely responded to any of those to any of those resumes that were sent to me, any of those cover letters, but the CEO would respond to them. I know there were people that were either higher up in the food chain or equivalent to my standing in a company that would answer these broadcast letters, and the people that sent out the broadcast letters would get hired. I saw people land VP positions after sending out broadcast letters. So I've seen them work. I haven't done them myself. Want ads, that's kind of my specialty. Want ads, I pretty much, if I'm aggressively seeking a job, I hit them back to back to back to back. I just keep blasting them out there. I write cover letters and resume tailor them to all the requirements listed on the job advertisement. I try to get responses to want ads out every 15 minutes, at least 3 to 4 every hour. So by the end of the day, I've got maybe 20 out, and I'll get a call back, probably land a few interviews for that week, and maybe a job offer. And it's up to me whether to take it. So you have to find what works for you. I know networking has worked for a lot of people. I know a lot of my friends that they find all their jobs through networking. They've told me that they've gone to conferences and people have said, listen, I want to hire you. And they get hired through that end. That networking has worked for me to the effect where I've worked with people in my industry. I've done some charity work with them. And a lot of the results that I've produced, getting them exposure, let's say on different social media channels or whatever type of work I'm doing, that helps my resume. It helps me enhance my resume. It gives me another bullet to add on there. I drove 100,000 visitors to such and such site. All right, and that's also a point of reference that I could use, that I could leverage on my next job interview throughout the job hunt. Another way, which is, recruiters. Recruiters, I mean, I've worked with recruiters. That's helped me a lot as well. I typically get calls from recruiters once or twice every week that always want to place me somewhere. So you just gotta find where they hang out online and post your resume up. If your profession is in demand, then they'll call you. They'll call you up frequently, and you have a resume that fits the job description. that they're looking to fill, then that's a good option to explore. There's also now people are talking about using the social media platforms, Twitter, LinkedIn. I know an expert that on LinkedIn. Hopefully, I'll get to speak to him, and maybe I could cite some of his quotes he'll give to me. Once I'll get his permission, I'll speak to him. I could probably vlog about it later down the line. I've read about people finding jobs through Twitter. So if you want to start researching that, start to Google how to beef up your profiles along that end. That may also help you get recommendations on LinkedIn. Find ways to get yourself retweeted on Twitter. However that works. That hasn't worked for me as yet. I've been able to do other things with those platforms. But I'm a social media enthusiast, addict, whatever it is that you want to call it. So I'll definitely start to delve into that subject. And stay tuned, because on one of my upcoming vlogs, I'll definitely want to delve into that. And possibly perform a few experiments, see how that works for me. So you got to keep trying different tactics. See what's out there. Perform your research your market. Research different ways, new ways that people are using to find jobs. And it's a matter of trial and error. Like I said, you got to turn into Tom Edison and realize that just when you thought you've explored every single possibility, you really haven't. I thank you for watching. My name is Neil Rodriguez. Until next time.